A man telling me that he's been married says nothing to me because marriage was made for men anyway. Marriage teaches women to tolerate a lot of trauma and dysfunction and put up with a lot of transgressions that men have. So a man being married for 20, 30, 40 years only tells me that the woman tolerated a lot of abuse, a lot of mental and emotional turmoil for him to even say he's been married that long. So with
Part of my interruption.
hold on just a second.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. So men telling me they've been married for an extended period of time does nothing for me. I would like to hear women speak all of the joys of being married for so long without the turmoil that comes with it. Um, I don't do
Well, wait, so I just want to confirm. So are you saying that relationships should not come with turmoil?
well, it's gonna come with turmoil if you're dealing with a man. It's gonna come with it, and so women have to be taught to accept that and put up with it, right? And this causes because the feminine is the nurturer, it is the sustainer of life.
So there's no turmoil between female relationships.
There is not the type of turmoil that men typically put women through, okay? Because there is a nature about the man. So I like to talk about facts. I don't do subjectivity. I don't do the, well, I this, I that, because the numbers speak for themselves.
Is it? But subjectivity, because you're saying a lot of things, right? But I'm getting confused about where you're at with this, because you're saying don't talk subjectivity, but you are subjectively saying that the turmoil that a female relationship experience is different from a male female relationship.
Hold on. First and foremost, when I first started talking, I spoke specifically about biology. That is an objective science that speaks about your neurology, your biology. That is objectivity. I'm trying to go into statistics. You want to ask me about female, but what did I tell you about the nature or the 5 characteristics of life? First 5 characteristics of life is response to environmental stimuli. We are not living in a natural system. We are living under patriarchal philosophies, which humans adapt to. So you're not even dealing with natural females. You're dealing with females who have taken on male philosophies and in their behavior. So I'm not talking about relationships with females. We're talking about marriage and nuclear families right now. And what I'm trying to get into is the statistics, okay, on marriage and divorce. What you find, because men always be the ones saying, oh, I've been married for this long and this long, but that does nothing to explain the turmoil and the complaints that women are having, because the reason why I even exist is because women have an issue with why they're experiencing what they're experiencing with men. And I'm here to give them the answers and the clarity on why they are having these experiences. And so I always go into science, philosophy, sociology. All of the other stuff, which is anecdotal experience, I go into empirical data. And what you find out empirically is that
most people have no idea how to plan a date that builds connection. With 100 engaging dating cards, skip the small talk and get straight to the real conversation. Let's take the dating game to the next level. Click the link in the description and use discount code CLIPS for 10% off.
54% of divorced women do not ever want to remarry again. Only 15% of women who've been married before would be interested in marrying again. That's an extreme minority.
Is that unusual though? If you tried something, I mean, most people who fail at their first business don't continue to open up a new business. A lot of us have an issue with doing things again after we fail. So is that not a natural thing that comes with life? If you try something, you fail, you may not want to do it again.
Not necessarily, because women, if that was the case, the first male that dogs a woman, she wouldn't get another one. But the typical thing is Men are complaining about women having multiple baby daddies. So how is it that women are stopping something after they had a bad experience if they have these multiple things that's going on with them?
So I want to
Stopping a
I
relationship
want
is very
to
different
ask
from
this because
stopping a marriage.
this was very important. This what happened earlier because I think this is very important to say because Tim actually said that he's been married for how many years now, Tim?
24.
24 years. And the assumption was pretty much immediately that his wife had to pretty much endure a ton of abuse.
No. It's not an assumption. It's this. It's like, I don't really care about a male telling me how long he's been married, because I know that there are things that women have to pull back on and accept. It doesn't matter if it's lying, cheating, gaslighting, whatever. The woman is trained, even through religiosity. Preachers preach to women about tolerating and putting up with things to keep their marriage. If men cheat on them, don't give up your marriage all because he cheated. This is just a typical thing. So at the end of the day, when a man tells me that he's been married for an extended period of time, that does nothing for me. I don't get excited. I don't think that he's some exception to the rule. Give me a woman to say how well her experience has been without putting up with anything of the sort. Then my ears will raise and I will tell her that she's the exception to the rule, because statistics show again that not only do 54% of women who have been married don't ever want to remarry again. That is the majority. There's a 97% chance in the risk of divorce when the man does not help with housework. And what else does the statistics show? That the people who have the quote unquote that get divorced the least are those who have strong religious beliefs. So what are the religious beliefs teaching women when it comes? Be the helpmeet, tolerate a lot of things, give a man an opportunity to change. Even when I did my interview with Charleston White said something really key that a lot of men agree with, is that a man can quote unquote love, but it might take him 25 years, and he might have been a dog for 25 years. And then one day, before he died, he treats her okay. But she had to put up with 25 years worth of negativity and give up all of her dreams and all of that to support him. That tells me, along with the divorce statistics, along with the complaints that are all over the internet, all over the globe, same thing from women, that women have to put up with too much just to say I'm married, which don't benefit her. It benefits the male, of course.
So let me actually chime in here because this is the thing I've noticed too, especially just really being a student, studying, listening to, talking to tons of married men and women.
Right.
The reality is, I don't think a relationship, a lifelong relationship with any one person is going to be easy. The funny thing is, I actually just ran into this one young lady who actually experimentally for like the last 6 years of her life, she committed had a relationship with another woman because the relationships with men were so bad that she actually just said she opted out altogether, and she actually started dating a young woman. In that relationship, she was with a more masculine version of a young lady. And in the height of it, the young lady actually put her hands on her. Like, she was really in that relationship, getting her ass whooped in that relationship. And I was just so curious about the entire dynamic. Like, I'm really having a really good conversation with her, but like, yo, how did this work? And what was going on here? What was going on here? And the reality is that she was like, yo, Ty, like, I realized, like, with what I've been through with the men and even with this young lady I dated, which was the second one that she had in that experience, she was like, it's crazy. I was having similar experiences with men and women, and it was because who I was at that point. And I can't imagine that anybody trying to figure out a lifelong partnership with somebody there's going to be this non-turmoiled, easy path of making it happen. And it's just specifically a man that's making this long-term relationship difficult versus just that the fact really is that long-term relationships are difficult. So that the thing I think is really dangerous rhetoric, though. I really think it's dangerous to consider ripping apart the household and put us in a situation now where we incentivize men and women not to raise our kids together under one roof. And I really don't, and using the worst examples of men at the forefront of why we should justify really doing so. I think that's really dangerous.
Also
when we do that.
statistically, because
Hold on, wait,
mentioned,
and I want Tim. Tim hasn't. I want Tim to talk here. So
okay.
Tim, what's your
Yeah,
thoughts?